I know. You're all very disappointed because my daughter is not with me today. Well, for you that you were not here last year, my daughter helped me to do the opening, and she was co-hosting with me. She was 6 weeks here, and we actually asked her again to be tonight, and she said, yes, of course, but the conditions have changed. I found myself like, this is my thing. And then, you can't just use me to warm up and then kick me out. So she sent a list of requests. She wanted her own backstage. She wanted milk, 37.5 degrees during the whole night. She wanted to be held. And she asked me for free tickets for all her mates from nursery. That's where I said, no, I'm not going to have, I'm first row. So I'm not going to have a row first of full of 1-year-old kids. It was not going to be possible. But I managed to get a few words from her this morning. Okay. Anything else? No. But anyway, so she's just saying, if you understand her language, she's just saying like, it's not going to be the same without me, but I hope we have fun. And yeah, it's all cool. So for those that you've been here before, last year, you kind of know a little bit more what to expect, but this is a completely different show, and there are a lot of new characters. We're talking about the worst dental team ever. So it's going to be very interesting. And for the new ones, who hasn't been here before? Can you just raise your hand? Great. Actually, Kian said that we're 250 people new. I didn't believe it, but yeah. Well, welcome. I am Mehi. I am be hosting and moderating the night tonight. And I just want you to have an open mind. I want you to experience, to feel, to laugh, to cry, to clap. Very important. And I say a lot of bad jokes, so if you laugh, it would be great. And I want you to feel and have as I said, an open mind. As we like to say, these things are too serious to be taken seriously. So with this said, I'm going to let you enjoy. So one more time, welcome to Dentarama.
Do you understand what a recount is? Hollywood Smile, 6 months, guaranteed. For parents? You guys hear?
Email from an insurance company.
This day, get
No idea I was going to endorse paying.
Writing his notes, no.
That's true.
The lawyer will think.
Yeah.
I wish I had told you the notes. Like I asked you.
That's not fair.
That would be awesome.
What in the flying fudge is this?
Hello, the flossy lady. How may I help you? A gyno what? Nah, mate, this is a dental practice. Yeah, you've got the wrong number. Okay, bye. Bloody kids, man. They think they're so funny.
I bet you used to do work.
Who? Me? Never.
Am I like, has she known? See, what are you doing here? I thought it was your day off. It was, but I'm assisting Dr. Antoinette.
Oh, but you know why that is, don't you, Roz? Because you know who is back.
Oh, God, no, not today.
Oh, imagine 12-month suspension. That's a long time, innit?
Wasn't long enough if you ask me.
Oh, I'd be so nervous if I was him. I mean, suspended for malpractice of all things.
All right, ladies, that's enough chatter. Good morning.
Morning.
Yes, Dr. Dentarama is back in today after 12 months, and I'd like to remind you to all please be kind. Be kind? As far as I remember, he wasn't that kind to you when you were his nurse.
Yeah, he literally tried to drag you down with him.
Yeah, all right, he did make a lot of mistakes, but the past is in the past. And now I am practice manager, so I've got more power to keep him in line.
Well, I, for one, hope you do keep him in line. I wouldn't have dealt with his shit when I was his nurse.
Yeah, thanks, Oz. I do have a few tricks up my sleeve, actually, so...
Hi, guys. Hi. Talking about me already, huh? All good things, I hope. Hey.
Hey, Dr. D! Yes,
Yeah, sometimes I wish I was.
Oh, I, for one, am very happy to meet you.
Oh.
I'm the new nurse, Nancy. It's lovely to finally meet you.
Hi, nurse Liz. That's really kind of you, but I thought you'd be feeling the same way if you get assigned to be my nurse. Yeah, no, too soon for jokes. That, guys, I'm just a bit nervous to be back, all right, so forgive me if I'm feeling a bit awkward. And let's change the subject, yeah? Speaking of nurses, who's the lucky lady? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the floor the Philosophy Lady herself. Oh, just back from her 184,367th award ceremony. Your principal dentist and practice owner, Dr. Antoinette Drillshaw.
You dog! I know what you're all thinking. Another one. What on earth are we going to put
Hey.
in? So there you go. Thank you, darling.
Great.
You'd think by now that somebody actually might give me some competition. But alas, no. Oh. You will never guess who's calling me. Dr. Michael Apper. He's my arch nemesis. He'll be pretending to congratulate me, but actually he'll be riddled with envy. What fun. Okay, ciao, darlings. Bye.
Ciao, darlings. Bye. I know where she can stick one of these awards. Hey, listen, talk about feeling invisible, what?
Well, you actually owe her one because she is the one that approved you to come back.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Listen, Hannah, what's going on? I thought it was going to be me and you, the dream team, like the olden days, right?
Oh, actually, I've got someone way better in mind.
Oh, yeah? Who you got?
Nurse Ross.
No, you can't be serious, not Nurse Ross. Hey, Nurse Ross hates me.
Yes, well, at least you've got one thing straight.
I think you might have gathered. You, from now on, are going to be assisting Dr. D.
Assisting? Don't you mean more like babysitting?
Very funny, Roz. No, don't get me wrong. Roz is a seasoned nurse.
You.
Yeah, she knows what she's doing, I guess.
I do.
Wouldn't she be better off helping out Dr. Antoinette?
No, I think you two will bring the best out in each other.
Oh,
Start the time. In fact, you two need to run along and get ready for your first patient. Wouldn't want to be late now, would you?
No, of course
Good
we
job,
won't.
guys.
We won't want
Thanks
to-
so much.
Thank you.
Hello, the flossy lady. How may I help you? Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, you do sound like you're in a lot of pain. Okay, let me just double check if we have any available appointment. Oh, can I just pop you on hold for 1 minute? Okay, great. Thank you.
Oh, Lisa, darling, you're admiring my award. That's so sweet of you.
Yeah, they're well nice. Anyway, so basically, I just wanted to know, I've got a patient on the line.
I'm a patient, darling. You should have said that sooner. What's the issue? Tell me.
Okay, so she's basically in a lot of pain, and she's wondering if she could see a dentist today.
An
So-
emergency then. Yucky.
Yeah. Would you be able to like slot her in or?
Oh, darling, God no. Today I'm fitting a full set for somebody else.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot.
Oh, wait, it's not one of the VIPs. Beyonce, Lady Gaga, Dame Judi Dench.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, well, give her to an associate then. Okay, ciao.
Oh my days! But what associate is free? Oh my god, I could put her with Dr. Dentarama. Yeah, but Nurse Roz wouldn't be too happy about that now, would she? Oh well, fuck it. She'll have to do. Hello, thank you so much for holding the line. So if you could just make your way over to the clinic ASAP, I'll get you booked in with Dr. Dentarama. Okay, great. You're rude. You're rude. Oh, hi there. I'm so sorry about that. What's your name? How can I help you?
Sophie, and I have a little bit of an issue with my appointment.
Okay.
So I was online on Instagram, and I have an appointment at Dr. Dentarama, and I came across this.
Is that the bottom of my cat's clothes, but not the top, which is obviously not what's meant to happen. So I'm going back to see that awful dentist, Dr. Dentarama. I remember his name because he's a crook and a con artist, and I'm going to make darn sure that he never gets to touch anybody else's teeth ever again. In my life.
Yeah, that wasn't the best situation.
The best? Honey, that was terrible. I mean, that went viral.
Yeah, but that was like over a year ago, and we fixed her teeth, and she got a Hollywood smile in the end, so it's all alright, you know. It's the
Still. I have an image to protect, darling, so I just want to know what other dentists that I can see here.
Okay, well, you see, the problem is that you did book in with Dr. Dentarama, so it's a little bit difficult for me to then change you over, and it's a little bit of an...
I mean, well, what about this,
Okay, don't touch it.
Antoinette Drills Hard? I mean, she's got all these awards. I mean, she must be incredible.
Did somebody say incredible?
Oh, my queen, as I live and breathe. It's so good to see you.
Oh, it's so good to see you too, darling.
And those scrubs are divine. I love that color on you.
Thank you. They're from Figs. Only the best for the best.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, great. Hi, Dr. Antoinette. You look amazing. But
Thanks,
anyway,
babe.
so basically, this guy, he needs to see a dentist today, and so I'm just wondering, I know you're busy and all, but do you think you'd be able to see him?
Darling.
And then he's a massive fan of yours. Oh my God, he loves you, and he just
Well,
wanna see
obviously
Dentarama.
he is.
Yeah,
but
obviously.
darling. That put me on the spot. I mean, what type of treatments are we talking about here?
Excuse me, what kind of treatment was it that you were looking for?
I have a very visible chip in my teeth, and I just want to get that done before my movie premiere tonight.
Yeah.
Dr. Antoinette,
Ah.
I'm so sorry to interrupt. Could I borrow you for a moment?
Oh, Hannah, as ever, good timing. I'm so sorry, darling. He'll just have to deal with Dr. D. Sort it out, will you? Okay. Actually, I've just had the most brilliant thought. He can probably see Jill. You should ask her. She'd be thrilled. Okay, chat.
Jill is a bloody hygienist. What the hell is she gonna do?
Hey, sorry for the delay. You must be my patient, Mr. Instant Gravy?
No, Gavi.
Instagavy. Instagavy.
Yeah.
Excuse me, what? Right,
Yes,
this way,
that's
let's
it,
get the
that's
party
it.
started.
What?
Come
You'll
on,
be
no,
fine.
wait, shush now. Come on.
Wait. Yeah, you have a good time.
Hi, hello. Hello. Hello.
Oh my, hi.
Hello, I'm Christine.
Sorry about that.
I called earlier.
Oh yeah.
My teeth are really hurt. I need to see a dentist now.
Oh yeah. So basically, Dr. Dentarama's just gone into another appointment, so he's a bit busy right now.
I'm so much pain.
Okay, all right, fine. Well, why don't you just take a seat in the waiting room? Look, I've got a lovely magazine, and he'll be out in a minute, yeah? Here, if you just take a seat over here, I'll show them. So,
Come along, Nancy, darling. Mr. Brett, how are we doing down there? That's fantastic. But I have to say, you are in the safest of safe hands. This is never an unsafe. Yes, indeed so. And these new porcelain veneers are going to look absolutely
Terrible. These are awful, Dr. Dentarama.
That's just a line, Mr. Instagavy. You should hear what we all say about him behind his back.
Oh, nice one, Ross. Thanks for the support.
Oh, come on. You know what they say. All press is good press.
Or not. You want to go to the premiere tonight with a chipped tooth, mister? Oh.
Nickel probe, darling, the sickle probe. Right, yes, something is covering. Whoa! I will just give you the tray. But darling, don't damage the patient. Sorry. I do apologize down there. Breaking in a new nurse is never an easy task, but somebody has to.
Drill.
Drill?
Yes, drill, please.
You need a bit more corresponding.
Sorry, who's the dentist here?
Sorry, Dr. Susan.
Oh, that's fine. Give me some A1.
I had A2.
I want A1.
Well, we don't have any A1, so you'll have to use A2.
Why don't we have any A1?
It is what it is.
I'm pretty sure that Dr. Antoinette drill hard, but she's got A1 composite.
Well, actually, Dr. Antoinette is testing out a new type of composite funding from a private supplier.
Oh, of course she is. Of course she is. Why would you not be? I wonder what she had to do to get that, though, huh?
Suction, Nancy, suction! That's it! Celebrate the emancipate right to pay China.
Happens all.
Control over there. That's exhausting.
Wow. See? Told you.
What does she get in that other room? Can I get that?
Look at all of this caffeine. Cat. That's right. For ages?
I don't know, but I'll go and check for you right now. I'm sorry about that. If you just take a seat.
Oh, my hard work is done here. And I have to say, my friends, that is why they pay me the big bucks. But it is the moment of truth. It's your brand new Funny Wife Smile reveal. Missy Daddy, you're excited because I'm so excited for you. Okay, are we ready? Oh, you've been dancing. I know, I'm just so brilliant. It's just like exhausting, actually. But, so Nancy, tell him how good he looks. Nancy? Yeah. Right. So sorry. So I couldn't find the camera, so then I went into another room to go and find the camera, but the SD card was not there.
Nancy,
So then I
just
went to go and find it. Stop, darling. You didn't film the smile reveal.
No.
So that means I'm not going to get the social media. Do you know what that means?
No.
Darling, come here. We're going to have a little chat after this. Okay.
All right, I'm sorry.
Now take Mr. Ted to the reception.
Okay.
Oh, what a morning, huh? Absolutely knackered now.
Same. Hi, guys. Hi.
Oh, what now?
You're right.
Yeah?
I just wanted to let you know that after this, you have got an emergency appointment. She is already here and she's in a lot of pain. So,
And exactly what kind of emergency appointment is this, Lisa?
well, do I look like a dentist, Roz? No. So
Yes,
how long are we
again.
thinking? Like 10, 15 minutes? Because she is like dying out
Does
there.
this ever end? Like, what kind of treatment is she going to get?
I don't. Do I?
Hammered.
We're not even going to get a lunch break. Thank you, Lisa. You've really made my day.
Rude. You're rude.
Come on in, Nancy, darling. Take a seat. So tell me, how was that appointment for you?
Well,
It was terrible. Nancy, darling, it was truly awful. It utter shambles, actually. I mean, really.
well, I do apologize. It wasn't my best work. You know, I was so nervous, and I've never assisted you before, so I don't really know what.
Oh, darling, I understand. It's because I know you adore and admire me, and well, you just crumbled in the presence of such greatness, yes? Well, Nancy, darling, here at the Flossy Lady, I have a reputation to uphold, so I can't have my nurses being a bumbling mess.
Oh, right, yes, of course, but it was just a bit hard to know exactly what you wanted without any sort of direction.
Darling, you think I had time to give you direction during your treatment? Well, do make me laugh. I mean, darling, you need to know what I want before I even know myself that I want it.
I don't really know.
I don't know, darling. I think you need to go get your chakras cleansed or something, because nurses need to be tapped into the other side. You know, that slight psychic ability, that je ne sais quoi, nurse's sixth sense, yes?
Oh, no.
You know, I'm just going to take that as a yes, because I'm a busy lady. So, do you have any more questions for me, darling?
Yes,
Oh,
absolutely.
no, that's so fantastic. Well, you know where to find me if you do. Okay, bye.
Oh.
Hey, Lisa, I'm trying to find some of the information on one of my patients. Neither Roz and I can find
Oh my
anything
God,
about
I'm
it.
kind of busy right now, Dr.
Oh my
Lee.
God. Just trying to do my job. Jeez. Oh, Hannah, can I just grab you for a second? Hannah.
What the
Looks like
science?
D doesn't all talk to you either.
All right, mate. Thanks.
Oh, Dr. D, really?
Oh, hey, Dr. Ansel, I didn't see you there. I was just looking for my,
Sanity?
yeah.
Well, as long as no patients saw you slumped over like that, I'll let you off. So tell me, how was the emergency appointment then?
It was a root canal. It was as good as it can be for root canals. Actually, there was a bit of a silver lining. So the patient, Christine, she wants to come back and get some crowns done with yours truly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 6 actually. Yeah, quite buzzed about that.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah,
for
it is,
you.
yeah.
Oh, Dr. Antoinette, I'm so sorry to disturb
That's
you.
okay, darling.
I was just here because I wanted to ask Dr. Dentarama if he had time to finish off the notes from his last patient. We all know that it is exactly his strong suit.
Oh, Dr. D, really? Are we falling back into those bad habits already?
No, we haven't fallen back in.
Oh, darling. Well, thanks for letting me know, Roz. You better get going, Mr.
Yeah, fine.
Hello, darling. Why don't you keep me in the loop in regards to that patient Christine's crown renewals appointments, yes?
Yes.
Just better that I keep on top of everything, isn't it?
Yeah, of course, Dr. Antoinette. No problem.
Thank you, darling.
Welcome.
Wow. Okay, that was intense. Do you feel like working in this clinic, any of you? Well, to discuss all of this, we have 3 amazing panelists and friends, and they are going to discuss all these amazing adventures. So, before we start, you'll have a red envelope. I hope no one checked it. Now everyone's like, oh, yeah, sure. It has a flyer in, okay? It's a gift from Express. So you can schedule a call and you have £250 worth on any device. So if you schedule a call with her, not now, please. And there are a few golden tickets. I'll tell you what it is afterwards. And there are a few white envelopes that it says, don't open. Actually, you can open them. Those white envelopes, they have a persona, okay? And it's a persona that I wanted you to introduce into the debate. My wife is looking at me like it's not going to work. So this is press prototyping. So and we just are experimenting. If it doesn't work, be kind. If it works, it's just as we were planning, okay? So we have, for example, the bat dentist or a very pain in the ass patient. So at some point in the conversation, you come, raise your hand, and be that person. Oh, you know who you are. Great. So are our speakers mic'd up? Oh, okay. So we need to mic them up, and but I'll do the intros already. So we okay. No, fine. Well, actually, this is the live. Guys, maybe we do it here. Maybe we do it here. So I introduce him in the. Oh, yeah, actually, go and do it. Sorry. Well, you might need to get naked, and maybe it's not nice. Great. So, tonight I have 3 very special people, and they are people that we work together. And one of them is Dr. José Cardoso, who is just coming from Espinho, Portugal. And actually, he just landed a few hours ago and is like coming straight from the airport. He's the co-host of the Soft Bite podcast with Manuela Suarez. And I actually, the first time I heard him was at our friend Jazz Gulati's Protrusive podcast. And he was incredible. I mean, it was one of the most impactful and nicer talks about mental health and how to look after yourself. He does an amazing retreat in Portugal and Amsterdam that you all should go. So please, big round of applause to Andreas. So our second panelist is a great friend. She's a hygienist. She was supposed to be. It's not George. She was supposed to be also at the debate a year ago, but you got very sick the day before, and we couldn't have you. So we're very happy to have you. I think we all know her as an incredible hygienist, a speaker, a mentor, KOL, GBT clinician, and yeah, it's just no more words. Thank you. And last but not least, very good friend, George is George the dentist. Everyone knows. I don't know how you got that name. It's still like amazing.
My practice partner's idea. It was like, George, you're a dentist. Wasn't that hard?
Easy. Incredible technician, one of the best Instagram educators. I know his work because I work very closely with him and his team. So I know that how he built 1, 2, 3. This is the 4th clinic that you're creating labs. So, and I know from inside how well he's done things. And I wanted, for me, it's a privilege to have you here. So, George, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, great. What a clinic, right? It looked a little bit of a chaos, So Dr. Dentarama lost his license 12 months ago, and now he's back. This case might be a bit extreme, but George, imagine you have, you can have a patient that had a dentist that have, or a clinician with bad reviews, or that is not, very, people don't like to work with him. How do you deal with this? First of all, what advice would you give to Dr. Dentarama in terms of like, okay, you're back to here. How would you start?
Yeah, I think that there's just such a lack of, there was no like supportive values in this practice. And it kind of almost seemed like a very new practice that hadn't kind of built that culture where everyone like patted each other on the back and helped each other out. I think that, there's some flaws in the management here that maybe could have sat people down, the whole team, before Dr. Dentarama came back, rather than on the actual day being like that Dr. Dentarama's back and talking about, his new role back in the practice. He's had a year off, maybe see things from his perspective. He's had a pretty shitty time in the last year that he's had that year off. It doesn't mean that he is, he's made a mistake. He's worked hard to get back in. So don't be so mean.
Yeah, they were very mean, but we all had these situations, no, where you have this. I wouldn't say bad dentist, but maybe it's not as nice or with people, and then you're trying to, bring him back to the clinic. How do you do this, Andre?
Well, I'm thinking a little bit more from his own perspective. I would probably be visiting the practice in a day where most of the team would be there to have a chat with the whole team if possible, and a one-on-one chat with each of the members. To say, look, I'm here. I know I messed up. I understand it's going to be difficult, but I'm here showing my vulnerability, let's say it.
Yeah.
So I think that will be a...
Okay, that's great. But what if we have, for example, a bad review? We all had like a bad review in Google, and then you're there, like, maybe everyone heard about it, and you're a bit embarrassed, and and this is very common. Do you have any advice on how to do that? I don't know. You're gonna do like a meeting every time you get a bad review, no? Okay, guys, meeting. Had a bad review, but I'm so nice. Trust me. Do you think this should be like something in place for this in the clinics?
I think very important to have scheduled meetings with the whole team. I do it in my own practice, Every 3 months, we have a Zoom call at 1 hour in the evening. And I have every month with the nurses. And this is really critical. On top of that, I have one-on-one meetings usually about every 6 months. I think that together with systems is the most critical thing in any practice. Yeah.
Yeah.
They need to be scaled. They need to be part of the process. Yeah.
By the way, if anyone has something to say, you can raise your hand. And this time I got an innovation, which is my hand. So if you're actually going through another route or is getting too long, I might raise my hand. Don't take it personal. And that means that you have 5 seconds to finish. Because they tell me off after. It's like, and people are like thirsty and hungry. But, oh, there we go. Oh, you were shutting me up or you were actually on the talk? Yeah. Great. So we need a microphone here. Oh, there you go. It's the only place we don't have a microphone. No. Please. We need your voice.
It's just that it's a very interesting one about the most patients will probably review you before they even get to your practice. So there are those companies out there that I believe will help manipulate, might not be the right word, but manipulate your reviews. And
Wow.
this can push down some of the bad stuff. So as things about you being maybe suspended or whatever cannot appear when you're searched.
Wow. Okay. Well, now we know. So be ready for that. Don't be that hard on anyone that had a bad review, because a lot of the times, as you said, they might just be a way to influence in the way you practice, right? Faye, we've seen a lot of jokes about Dr. Dentarama and this gossiping in the team. You're someone that worked with training patients, training the team. How do we stop this gossiping? How do we it's hard, but how do we really, try to control this?
Yeah, I mean, it feels like a lot of people are talking and nobody's actually listening to anybody. There's kind of a load of noise going on and everyone's got their own agenda and everybody's made a decision about what the day is going to be like, what the person they're working with is going to be like, what the horrible patient's going to be like. And I think when you come into these things and you've got these preconceived ideas of what that appointment's going to go like, what that day is going to be like, you're already onto a loser. You got to find some way of that team coming together as a team rather than a load of individuals with their own agendas, looking fabulous or whatever else. And whatever you've got to do as a team to come together as a team, you've got to start talking to each other. You've got to start listening to each other. There's a lot of unresolved conflict going on in this practice.
That was clear. So how can we do this? Like, I want a solution. Okay, something that we can apply on Monday. We have a team. No one talks to anyone. It seems that they don't even know each other. What can be a good solution for this? Like something that can be applied tomorrow. George, you have any advice for this?
Trying to work out where that miscommunications happened in the first place, like where it's going wrong. And then when you've worked out who are the source and the culprits of that, I think then that they will be able to take ownership for the situation. And only when one takes that ownership for it, are they going to be able to, like you say, actually listen to some form of resolution, right? And there are going to be some form of miscommunication errors that are, we're always going to have miscommunication errors. They're going to happen even if you've got every single protocol under the sun there. But it's trying to, make people listen to each other. If it's a one-off, solve that particular issue. But if it's something that keeps on happening, have a clear protocol so that doesn't happen again. For example, the patient rings up as that new patient who's got that emergency.
Yeah.
We're working out who's got free time in the diary. The question gets asked to that person. So there's no form of favoritism there.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, every single practice has new staff coming in all the time, especially, support staff as well. So if there aren't those clear protocols in place for them, they're just not going to know what to do.
Yeah, and I see this a lot when, people, if I go to a clinic, I might want to see the principal because I think it's the most experienced and the best, and the rest are a little bit in the second level. we all know that this is not true. So is there any kind of mechanism there that, you can do to rise and empower the rest of the team, Andre?
I have this theory, which is I think if you are the rock star of the practice, which unavoidable you are if you open the practice, you have to resist the temptation of being the rock star. So in my practice, I never see the patient on the first time. There's no chance.
But you look like a rock star.
Yeah, but I think, and it works very well, because otherwise, if I say, look, I'm going to see them the first time, then I'm going to pass them on to you, you are basically saying that they are not as good as you are. So if someone calls the practice, look, I want Dr. George Andre, they say, well, he will see you, but first you have to come for an appointment, doctor. So there's always a way of
Okay. You would see him for the veneers.
if they go for
Okay, good. Now, one of my favorite bits. We saw here a little bit of a back and forth, and here we could see Nurse Ross, that she was a little bit this kind of nurse that probably I would call it more experienced, and then it could be for Dr. Dentarama in this case, or it could be a very inexperienced dentist. And this actually, this scene came up when a very young dentist, she came to tell me, dude, I don't know how to deal with this nurse that she's been there for 30 years and she's trying to, teach me how to do everything. And then at any time, I feel like I lost confidence on anything that I do. And actually, I'm going to tell from my own experience, for 2 years, I had anxiety for going to work because I had this super hardcore nurse that she was like just judging everything I was doing. And I mean, and obviously I was like, I don't want her to get fired. And anyway, they weren't going to make her fired. But I was like, I just don't want to work. And I feel like so insecure. And I feel like I'm not doing the best of my dentistry. How do you deal with this? Like, Faye, there isn't a way of, you would say, like, or anyone that can answer this, like, to deal with this kind of.
We've all met that nurse, right?
Yeah.
We've all met them. And on a bad day, they're brilliant because you need them.
Yeah, exactly.
My question back to you would be, did you ever tell her? Did you ever sit her down and say to her,
Great.
How did you get to that point?
No, because I was very young, younger than now, but yeah, I was very young. But and honestly, I learned this with the years, and actually learned that with also in my marriage. If you have a problem, you need to say it, otherwise no one knows. And I kind of was a bit like scared, anything, but again, this is, I think, is a key in communication, right? If it's something that bothers you, you need to tell the other person, and there are ways to say it, right? So this is a good way.
You want to be assertive without being aggressive, all those kind of people skills that we've all learned over the years. And the earlier, the better as well. Difficult conversations are difficult. That's why they're called difficult conversations. But actually, if you approach it correctly and with respect, I know you're brilliant, but.
Yeah. So for all these young patients, young dentists or young clinicians, they have this kind of colleague that might make you feel that you're losing your confidence.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that, as you quite rightly said, just voicing your opinion in a nice way to be like, look, when you say that, you do sound like a bit of a bitch. No, but like, I do, I'm not confident. Yeah, when you say that, it does make me feel a little bit, is there something else going to be different? But then, if that nurse carries on crossing that boundary and continues to be like overbearing, then probably she's going to be being like that with other dentists as well. And it was the reverse, right? You can have a dentist that's doing it to the nurses as well, that are continually crossing this boundary. Then if that's happening, then that's something that maybe should be elevated to more of a management that can then talk to that dentist or nurse and say, that maybe you're doing this for a reason, you're stressed or whatever, but other people are thinking like this. So is there anything that is a problem for you, or is there anything that maybe you can can change to make everyone feel like a better, happier work environment? Because you want everyone to come to work and be happy. Otherwise, it's just not going to provide growth for everyone. So if they're not coming to work happy, you need to try to fix that.
Yeah, that's a good advice. So basically, if you have a problem, find a way to say it. Don't hold it because it's not gonna get better. And anyway, this is also an advice for to do with your friends, with anyone in your life. Rabia, hi, how are you? Well, also something I would like you to do. Oh, you were going to say something?
So,
Shut me up.
Um,
But I would like you to introduce yourself
oh no.
and just share.
I'm Rabia, and just listening to this reminded me of my VT year, and I had this amazing nurse Salma, who had like 20 years of experience, and in the first 2-3 years when I didn't know what I was doing, or that first VT year, it was so useful having her, and I had exactly that situation where she came and I put the X-ray beam for a patient, and she came around and was like, "What are you doing?" And she moved it, and the patient's looking like, "Which one's the dentist?" And when she did that, when the patient left, I said, "Salma, I love you. You are so good at what you do, and I need you. But when you do that, the patient doesn't know who to trust, and they don't trust me. Now, if I look worried or I make a mistake, they're going to think she didn't know what she was doing." So I said, "What you can do is help me, but without the patient knowing." And then that's where the communication comes in. And I said to her, "If you think my X-ray is way off, just from the back, do this." So sometimes I'll see her going, like, you know.
So she was like this all the time?
We didn't even take X-ray when we qualified, you did like half a minute endo and one filling. So she was just like, so, and then she'd be like sliding me a burr if she thought that would be better for what I was doing, or like a different headstrong file for an endo. And it worked because I said to her, "You know what? I've got that, you've got that experience that I can do with, but we need to find a way that we can work together and you can help me and I can still kind of keep pace, so patients don't lose trust in me." So I think for young dentists early on, you don't want to shut down people who are trying to help you, especially your nurses and your receptionists. They can give you so much advice. I've had VTs who come back and say, "Oh, you're just a nurse. Like, I know what I'm doing." And then they lose all that wisdom that their nurse or their receptionist could have given them. So I think it's really important to use it, but have that conversation on how you can work together and then build that back in that I am learning. So there are things I'm going to want to do my way. So please kind of let me try it as well. And then we can talk about it after. So yeah, I think in the VT, use who you can kind of to help you grow.
Thank you, Rabia. By the way, we have a few nurses on the room. If you want to raise your hand. Hey, I go. They're feeling it. Do you want to share something about this? Maybe later. Oh, yeah, there's a hand. Yeah. Okay. Get ready. They are, incredible. Yeah. Hi, what's your name?
So my name is B. I'm a dental nurse. And I just wanted to echo what some people were saying, that no matter what side of the team you're on, whether you're the dentist or a DCP or a nurse, we are all human at the end of the day. We do make mistakes. We maybe think that we've been in the job God knows how many years, maybe a VT who's just started. And I think it's really important that we come together and have those conversations openly with each other and just say how you're feeling and how we're feeling. Because we are all human at the end of the day. And I think it's important sometimes that we do things outside of work as well to realize that we are all human and that we're not just in scrubs all the time.
Yeah, that's good. Bravo.
Yeah.
We're all humans. You are humans. Okay, I love this question. What do you do when you don't have the A1 composite? Okay, and and any answer is right. Okay, what that for those non-clinicians, I mean, it's a shade, the A1. Ah, yeah, you got it. So yeah, when you don't have the color, what do you do? And I'm gonna give an answer that someone gave me. Who was the other? Rosha. Rosha told me like, "You were volunteering," but I'll ask you in a bit. But what actually do you do? And I'm not sure. You're too kind, George. What do you do when you don't have one? You're there. You drilled, and there's not there.
Well, first of all, personally, my associate comes to me and like rips me a new one. So I haven't ordered it. But look, patients are here and they expect, or you have to give the impression of perfection 100% when they're there the whole time. You just can't give them any form of doubt because they trust you, right?
True.
And suddenly,
True.
if they think that there's something missing, they're going to be like, "Oh my god, there's no A1. My like mouth's going to fall off." So that we've all been there where you ask a nurse for something, they're not there, and they're like, "We don't have it," and you're like,
Oh, we don't have it.
and then you're like, "Oh, I found it. Like, I thought it's fine. It's just fine. I've got it. It's in my ear."
Yeah.
So it's just like, be it just. But the thing is that people come into the profession. You'll have like maybe a new nurse that comes in that just doesn't know that that's maybe an inappropriate or like a slightly unprofessional thing to say.
Yeah.
So when they start and they don't know that that's not a thing to say, they just don't know that. So then once that patient's gone, it might be like, well, look, next time we don't have something. I get it. Like, thank you for looking for it, but just like, don't say that.
Just do.
Yeah.
My
Maybe
nurses
just
do
like
this to
behind
me.
the patient. Just
Yeah.
be like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, we don't like just be subtle about it.
Yeah. My nurses, they do this to me.
Yeah,
And then I do this.
It's not a good one. Yeah.
And then the patient does this. And everyone is like very tense and no one speaks for 5 minutes. Okay, fine. But now what do you do when you don't have it? Do you stop the treatment?
Well,
or
I
do you
think
tell
that-
them?
I mean, if you don't have an A1 composite, you're going to probably get away with something else.
Yeah,
Right?
well, that, man.
But
You're good.
it's-
Not me.
it's, But like, if you really think that this is something, we want to give the best to our patients, right? You want to give the best service. You want to give the best quality treatment. So if it's something that really is not going to matter that much different, I've only got like heavy rubber dam instead of like medium rubber dam, you're not going to throw your prams
No,
out of chair and be like,
no.
oh my God, I can't do this. I'm having.
Yeah.
But like, but if it is something that you think that is really going to affect the outcome of the treatment, maybe there's a way of, not telling the patient, just say something else like, this is a bit more complex than I thought. Let's temporize it.
Yeah.
Next time we'll get you out and then we'll have that equipment by then, but you're not telling the patient you don't have that equipment.
Okay. Or if you use a crown, you just blame the lab.
Yeah.
So we have a few lab technicians. Russia, what did you were like volunteering in a dental practice,
I
and
was the
then
nurse actually, and the dentist said A1. I said, oh, we don't have A1. It was all anteriors as well. So the dentist was like, well, we have to cancel the patient. I was like, wait. So I took out my scrubs, ran across the road to the other dentist. Got
you had
A1.
something under the scrubs. You had that. Well, yeah.
And that's when I realized when I wanted to do that, the dentist said, I don't think they'll give you A1. They're a competitor. And I went there and they gave us A1 and it was really good. And I think that's why we have this community to help each other out. If I come and knock on your door,
Exactly.
do you have an A1?
So that's a good tip. Be friends of your neighbor's dentist because they might, it can be the A1, it can be a 5, it can be, I don't know. And then if you don't like them, send them the bad patients. But just keep with them. Now from the other side, we have Dr. Antoniette. Wow, what a great character. And I think long term is not a good way to lead a clinic, right? But more 15 minutes. Okay, thank you. But obviously you're not going to be shouting like her when you do the treatment. But what about taking the nurse's hand and with the suction and putting it somewhere else? I mean, okay, I want a nurse to answer this. There you go. How do you feel when a dentist or a clinician or a therapist or a hygienist takes your hand and puts your suction somewhere else?
So me personally, I'm okay with it because we can't always see. We can't always see. The dentist's hands are in the way. The dentist has the patient how they need to see, how they need to sit. And we're often contorting ourselves. We're standing up. We're moving our leg out of the way. We're doing all these bits and pieces. So actually, take the suction, put it where you want it, and don't make it seem like we don't know what we're doing. It's just that we can't see properly or we don't know where you're moving next. I'm happy for you to move the suction where you need it because the patient's safety is important. The patient's treatment is important.
but I also think that there's a two-way communication there where we are also sat there and we might not necessarily be able to see as well as you because we don't need to see as well as you do, but we still need to see to do our job.
Yeah, bravo. I like it. Jordan. But just be gentle, no? Like, you know, not like, be gentle. Okay. Ah, great. Robbie, you both are going to talk at the same time? Yeah. Okay, guys?
So just going back to that point about our expectations as teams of people that come on board and nurses, whoever it might be, I think, and I don't know if all practices do this, but the onboarding process, I think there needs to be a section there that involves soft skills because they've learned something from somewhere else and then they've just brought it into your practice.
That's a good point.
So to actually start from the very beginning at their interview and figure out who they are, do some profiling, disc profiling, and then you know how to help guide them. With retention now, especially of staff, we don't want to be losing staff. We want to actually help them to get better at what they need to be doing.
Yeah.
So that would be what I would suggest.
Thank you. Yeah, love that. That's very. Hello.
Hi. Leading on from what Rebecca was saying as well.
What's your name, sorry?
Victoria.
Victoria.
Yeah.
Hi.
You know, obviously, I've just actually recently gone back to clinic, and you get dental compliance and all the policies. You read through everything, and again, communication is quite limited. And in regards to, I guess it comes from leadership, and you know, if you're seeing what's happening around communication, if people aren't feeling comfortable about something, the leader of the team, principal talk to the members of staff, and you know, you culture is something then that's transferable around everybody. So communication is key. And just also leading on from what you were saying with my wonderful nurse now at the end of the morning, I'm like, how did it go?
Is your nurse here?
I don't know. I quite up and said about a nurse talking.
Oh, no, I thought you was your nurse. I was like, oh, you're no. You get a job, by the way. You're right.
Just, you know, communication at the end of the morning. How did it go? Again, moving the suction, why you did it. I explained to my nurse the other day, you know, I just get better tactile sense and then we can all work together. And I think just open communication.
You're so nice. No, not me. I'm also, I do this, by the way. But, you know, when you're there like 3 hours, 4 hours, you know, things are like tension is raising and, you know, so, but I always say breathe. Communication, you know, this is our 6th event in 2 years. And I learned so much from all of them. And everything goes back to communication. Like all our problems, it's just communication. And just it's just being clear with yourself, with your colleagues, go home. It's so important to dedicate time on growing on that side. There are amazing people here doing incredible courses about communication. You can even do it outside dentistry. It doesn't need to be focused on dentistry. It's just about being able to talk and to express your ideas. So that Dr. Antonietta was very hard. And how can we avoid this micromanaging, right? Like how, you know, it's so important. And sometimes we don't realize, no, like we can't just say to people like, we need to look after them, right? After our team and help them to grow. Andrea, I want to ask you, is like, what she's done wrong, like Dr. Antonietta with her nurse. How would you have done different?
I think that she was very bossy with her, of course. For me, communication, we talk here all about giving individual advice for you to better communicate. But I think of it more in terms of a teamwork. I think that the leadership is very important. So you need to make communication happen independently of the charisma of each one. So you need to make these meetings like mandatory. I have something that I do in my practice, which is the meeting is mandatory. If you don't come to the meeting, you have a fine. You get the money of that fine, give it to a charity, or at the end of the year, just go to a party and get drunk all the people. That's it. But just make sure that you get these meetings mandatory. And another thing is that in the meetings, it cannot be only a one-way communication. It needs to be two-way. So there's this quote that I love, which is that if they plan the fight with you, they will not fight the plan with you. So they need to be, so it's not only my decision. So what do you guys think about this process? Everybody gives the opinion. So this should be like this. It should not be micromanaging or whatever. Once that is set, everybody follows that, but it's not a unilateral decision.
Amazing. Okay. Wow. Thank you. So I'm going to, yeah. One more and we're going to wrap up. Oh, two. Ooh. Okay.
Everyone, I think I can speak about that topic because I am overseas dentist and I'm a health management student in the UK, and I'm also working as a dental assistant in here. So I can see the three side of the business. As a dentist, when we are working, we are just seeing, generally seeing the patient, how can give the best treatment. So how can focus on the mouth, oral health. But as a nurse, for example, it's like a suction thing. So as a nurse, can't see what you are doing properly. And she also think about the background of the treatment, cleaning, giving reports and everything. As a management, which I get the management course to learn the dentistry properly, because when you open your clinic, you think this is like a treatment and payment is like that, but nobody see the dental clinics just a business, not anything about the patient or treatment. Especially, you need to figure out how to run this business.
Yeah.
So, in my management and leadership course, is most important thing about to understand what type of leader you are, and this is how can I say what type of dentist I am, and what type of nurse I am, what type of practice manager I am. So basically communication is key, but before everything, who you are is the key for my side. So, and then everything is step by step in solving. Sorry.
Amazing. Yeah. And there is a great book. It's a little bit about understanding which kind of person you are, which kind of person you have in front. There is a book about this called Surrounded by Idiots. Actually, yeah, it's about being surrounded by idiots. And we are the first one. So we're going to wrap up the act one. Before this, I want to say thank you to the people that we're going to do it in the second act. Hold it. And these are the sponsors, which obviously this would never happen without them. And I want to say thank you first to Figs, which they are not here tonight, but they were very generous with sending all the clothing for our actors. They've been very generous. They want to do cooler things. So stay tuned. Bupa, here, Katie, Alison, and Annie, which is the head of dental in Bupa. They actually I discovered Mark Allen, which is the CEO at Payments Podcast. It looks like I'm listening to podcasts all the time, but I'm not. Just like, and actually I texted Mark and said, "Hey, what you were saying," because I loved the way he was talking about teams and about. Oh, sorry. Talking about teams and how they want to look after the whole part of the group. I love that. So I just sent him a message and he sent back. He said back like, actually, I love what you do. How can we do something together? And this is just how it happens. So thank you so much. Great things are happening. And I love the way they are doing everything. I love their marketing team. It's an incredible group of women that they are incredible. Then Ideandum, it's a dental market agency. They are one of the biggest, one is the biggest by far Italian dental marketing agency. And now they are working in UK. So we have Greta, which is the CEO. Where's Greta? Here. And Ricardo and the whole team. So they are here. You can talk to them. They gave you a sticker. Okay, that sticker has a QR code. you're going to be QR coding all the night. It has everyone that gets the QR code will receive a dental marketing book and mobile photography video tutorial. And also you're getting into three presents contest, basically, that you're going to run tonight. What are the gifts? £1,000 off the marketing thing. Everyone's like, number 2, Insta Dentistry Tickets, an incredible course that I actually know the content is very good, especially for the team, for whoever you want it to run your social media in your clinic. Very cool one, which is worth £500, something like that. And well, not easy. And the third one, yeah. Okay, great. Thank you so much. And we are announcing the winners at the after party. Yes, we have an after party. By the way, I just found out that we're the only dental event probably in the world that we do parties till 3 in the morning. Yeah, exactly. So the rest 12 go home. No, we need to go till 3 in the morning. Great. Which is 8 minutes walk. So you're going to get there. Also, thank you so much to EMS, Harry, and I'm saying your name wrong. Arena. They are here. We're going to talk more about them in the second act. And you'll know why. And but incredible. Thank you for your support. I think your brand and whatever you do is super cool. I'm a huge fan. There's a lot of people they work with MS. Any question, please go there. And S4S, you all know S4S, one of the best labs in London. They are doing incredible things. They're getting into clear aligners. So stay in touch. They have a golden ticket. Whoever has a golden ticket, what is it, Stevie? What is the golden ticket? 1600. Also, you have a free clear aligner case. Whoever had this gold, the golden ticket has a free clear aligner case with S4S. Great. Okay, so thank you so much. Now, big round of applause to all of you. You did amazing. Very good. 20 minutes.